How you doing?
Hey,
Hey.
I'm doing quite well
Yeah. And why? Why is that?
because today we are talking about one of the most movies I've ever seen.
One of the most movies you've ever seen? That's one way to describe a
It was a
movie.
movie, all right.
It was a great movie. It was the same exact way as I saw it when I was a kid, and I enjoyed it just as much as I did when I was a
Wow.
baby. Which is surprising because usually childhood movies change
Wow.
over time, but this one did not. And let me tell you, it was a good one.
That's how I felt about Little Manhattan. That's how I felt about Little Manhattan, man.
That's amazing. Little Manhattan was a
I
great movie.
like how we picked movies that like the other hadn't seen, you know?
Of course, we both have niche.
I think that like we these are very niche childhood movies.
Yes. It's just like something hidden that
Like I
you'd
could have
like
picked
check
like
out from the
Ponyo or
library.
something, but like yeah, it's like I said, it's like for some reason these were recorded on my DVR. Like no one else had this DVR recorded set that I did.
Like, what do you mean you don't know Pippi Longstocking? Like, what are you talking about? Welcome to Telly Talk. Today we are talking about one of my favorite childhood films, literally the blueprint to my existence, Pippi Longstocking. And just like Pete's Dragon, which we talked about a few weeks ago, my nanny showed this to me when I was a kid because she's like, "This is you. This is who you are," and I was like, "This is who I am." And I watched this movie, and I loved it. I love Pippi so much. Pippi Longstocking is this pirate girl, and she travels with her dad on her ship. She lives on a ship, and she travels the world and goes on all these crazy adventures. And this movie, which is called, I think, like the New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking, this one came out in like 1988.
It's yeah.
It is the
Yeah.
newest, the most recent movie of Pippi Longstocking. I think also the last movie that they made about her. There is like a TV show and there's
Really?
other like earlier movies about her. I haven't seen any of them. Um, I've only seen this one from the 80s. She was originally it was like a Swedish children's book series, and then it got picked up, made into I think like a TV show, and then they made movies from it, and then they did like an animated like TV show for it. But this is the one that I saw all the time. This is the one I watched all the time, and God, I love her so
I'm
much.
surprised there's nothing more recent made. Cuz even though I didn't watch this, I've still like heard of Pippi Longstocking. Like that's still a name I know. I'm surprised they didn't
I'm
like
surprised they
revamp it
haven't
when they were
remade
revamping
it.
everything else. Like when they remade Annie, you know what? Like when they remade Annie, I feel like this should have been right there with it.
They're gonna make her a little black girl, cause
Yeah.
gingers and black girl and black people are like interchangeable. I find that so
Yes,
funny.
exactly.
So Pippi Longstocking, she's a pirate girl. She has magical
Thank God.
powers.
Is it
She's
Ginger?
ginger.
Is this why you liked it as a kid? Like was that related to you liking it as a kid?
What, her being ginger? Yeah, because she was like the only. She was like one of the
Yeah.
only ginger like people I had to look up to. Also, she was like she was like
And
a
but like
tomboy
also didn't annoy you by being compared. Like I bet you got compared
to
to
her.
like Merida and
Yes.
Ariel all the time, but like no one was gonna be like no one was gonna compare you to Pippi Longstocking, so it was like not annoying to you,
Yeah. I like that your mom
right?
still calls me Merida.
Yeah.
She's like every
Oh
time
my
I see her,
god.
she's like,
See,
"You
I
look like."
understand your struggles.
She's like, "You look like that one princess," and I'm like, "Merida." And she's like, "Yes, Brave," and I'm like, "That's not her name.
Yeah.
That's not her name." I'm like, "That's not even her name. Brave? Who the fuck?"
In my mom's defense, I was obsessed with that movie when it came out because I was transgender.
Hey, and that's why I'm your friend. And Pippi Longstocking is like a tomboy. Is she is like such like a non-binary character to me. Like She just does
Pippy
anything she
Longstocking
wants.
is non-binary. Yeah.
She is literally.
Fuck yeah.
She's literally my blueprint. Like, you don't understand. I am her. Like, if I could be any character in the entire world, I would literally be her.
It's like how Rosemary is the blueprint for the type of girl I like. Pippy Longstocking is the blueprint for your existence.
She's me. She has superpowers. She's super strong. She can fly. She can literally. She lifts horses, full-grown men. She can jump. She just does whatever she wants. She's fucking rich. She owns a house. She lives by herself. She's ginger and she's unashamed by it. She loves her freckles. She just like loves everyone and wants everyone to be happy. She doesn't hate anyone. She doesn't really like adults because like they don't get it, which is fair because she's a child. But she loves her dad and her mom and women. She's definitely gay. She's why I am the way I am. Like, I wanted to be her when I grew up.
Did you succeed?
Well, I'm not a pirate, so no.
Is this what sparked your interest in pirates?
No. I actually don't think I realized she was a pirate until I rewatched it recently. Because it doesn't really, like, emphasize her being a pirate.
I thought it was weird that the movie started with pirates, and then, like, that wasn't a super major plot point. Like,
that's because
it's like pirates, and then there's no more pirates. Usually kids movies that have pirates, like, pirates are the plot, but this was just like pirates, then no more pirates.
It's because
would
this
you rather
is
have
kind of
pirates
like
but no pirates, or no pirates,
pirates,
but more
unlimited
pirates?
pirates, all the pirates but no pirates. I would have pirates but no pirates. I think it's because this movie
was pirates but no pirates.
Yeah. I think this movie is more like a sequel. Like, it's just an addition to everything else that was made. So it's like assuming that you've seen everything else. And, like, you know who this girl is. And then that's where this movie was made. Because in the other ones, she, like, is a pirate. She goes sailing. Like, the books of her all about her, like, her adventures, like, actually going out. This is her, like, finding her home, I guess. I feel.
I think they should revamp this. I'm so serious. I think it would be a hit.
I should do that.
Find a little black girl, make her a pirate, put her on some adventures.
This is Pippy Longstocking.
Make a spin-off where she goes to a town.
No, but she could have like cool ass braids. Like that's like,
yeah.
Like that would be so sick. That's what I'll do. That's like my next. That'll be like, I'll add it to my list of projects for like when I'm 40.
Oh my god. Bring back Pippy Longstocking in the good old year of 2060.
Oh yeah, 100 years later. I'll bring her back. So the plot of this movie is...
Oh, yeah, with the plot.
She starts off with a boat with her...
No, before the plot,
what?
Can I just say that I was so thrown off by her age at the beginning because I was under the impression that she was supposed to be roughly like 10, 11 years old, and then I hear her voice and I see her and I'm like, this is a teenager. This is a teenager pretending to be a child. Then I look it up and she's 14, which isn't like the oldest thing in the world. It's not like it was like a 17-year-old playing a child, but it was still just like mildly unsettling for me. Like I wish it was a child.
In the earlier movies, she was more of a child. She was like 9 or 10. In this movie, I always saw her as like a 14 or 15-year-old. And I don't know. I just thought,
because she was very childish. Like she acted like she was 11. Like,
well, it's because she's lived on a ship on her whole life and never went to school. And she's never been around other children, really.
So it was just like, and like her friends that she made were all 11. It was like everything was giving that she was supposed to be like 11, but then she felt like she was like 14 at the same time. So it was just kind of like uncomfortable to watch for me. It felt like I was watching a 14-year-old pretend to be a kid, which I was. and I didn't like it. That's like my one critique of the movie. Everything else is phenomenal. Actually, no. Some of the acting was bad. Okay, carry on. What's the plot?
So the plot of the movie is it's a look of her and her dad and his crew on the ship. Her dad is like a famous pirate. He calls himself like the terror of the southern seas, and he eventually becomes the king of the cannibals on these set of islands. And so the ship like
Yeah, what's that about? Why are there cannibals in this movie? This is a kids movie, and there's just really casually multiple mentions of cannibals.
Listen,
Like, in multiple different contexts.
I just want to say, when I watched this when I was a kid, I had no idea what cannibals were, like at all.
Like, what were you thinking? Like,
I just didn't know what the word
was it just
meant.
one of those things that you just like? Yeah, I want to know what my kid self, because like we're rewatching all these kid movies, and there's just like sometimes they say things, and I'm like, holy shit, what was my child self thinking? Because I totally just like didn't think a single thing of it. Like when I was a kid, was I just fine with not knowing the meaning of some of the words? Was I using context clues and making up definitions that like weren't correct? What was I doing?
Like I think
I was watching Mulan. And in the span of like 5 minutes, they call her a cross-dresser and a she-man and like something else. They were like, your granddaughter's a cross-dresser, and like I didn't think anything of that when I was a kid. What was going through my head?
it's kind of like when we watched Gremlins, where we realized that the movie's so much darker than we realize. But when I watched it when I was a kid, I thought it was the funniest thing in the world because of all the funny deaths. And kids just like don't know anything,
wanna, like,
so they just find enjoyment in everything because they're taught to like find like movies and shit entertaining. And so you're like, obviously this happy little girl
like,
just
yeah.
like playing around and making fun of things is just gonna be all fun and games. And the way I saw I don't think I understood.
Cannibal, that's a funny word.
Yeah, I literally had no idea what cannibal meant. I didn't think of it as anything. It was just like, oh, I don't know that word, and I don't think I will for a couple of years.
Something that I realized that I would do is I would just pick a word that was similar and assume that that's what was being said, because there were like, I didn't use subtitles as a kid or anything.
I feel like
and
I've
then
done
I'm
that
watching
too.
these movies with subtitles now, and I'm realizing, like, when I was watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the main theme song says like my fine four-fendered friend, but I didn't know that as a kid because I didn't have subtitles and I didn't know what the word fender was, so I thought it was saying my fightful friend, good friend. And I was like, yeah, my fightful friend, good friend, that makes sense. You're my fightful friend, you're a good friend. That's not those aren't the lyrics. I just made that up.
You were gonna say my four-fingered friend, and I was like, how could a car have 4 fingers?
My four-fingered friend, like like, fightful isn't a word. I just made up the word fightful and was like, this makes so much sense. Yeah, the car's fighting it up.
Fightful could be a word.
My car is full of fight.
My car is fightful.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like 7, and I'm like, fuck yeah, fightful. My car is fightful. Fightful friend,
man.
good friend.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is their original Transformer.
Real. Cut all this out and send it to me to put in the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang podcast.
Okay. So, so a storm hits. Okay, wait, where did we start off? So, Pippy and her dad live on a boat with a crew. There's like a 5-person crew. They live on a sailboat. The ship hits a storm. Her dad and Pippy, they fall overboard. Her dad sails to the island because they're pretty close to the cannibal island that they're going to, and Pippy floats the other way. So she goes to mainland. I don't know where she ends up. I'm assuming on the east coast of America. That's where I think she is. I don't know where she's supposed to be or where she's headed. I really don't. I'm thinking she's somewhere in like
The Cannonball Islands.
what? I think she's somewhere in like the southeast coast. So as she's like floating away in the shipwreck, her dad's like shouting at her. He's like, "Go find fucking Villa Villacula," and you're like, "What the fuck is Villa Villacula?" And then it cuts to this abandoned house, and then on the gate it says Villa Villa
All I
Kula.
heard all I heard was go find fucking. I don't know what else you said. I just heard go find fucking.
Go find go find Villa Villa Kula. And it cuts to a house.
Ah, yeah.
And it says it's like an abandoned house that's like next to this just standard like nuclear family. And it's like these two kids are like, I love this house, like this house is so cool. And Pippy goes in there and she lives there because it's her house, apparently. And you have learned eventually that
Apparently, that part confused me.
it kind of did. I like there's no distinct like ownership of it, I guess. But the kid's dad said that Villa Villicula was like an old pirate hangout like a long time ago, but it had been like vacant for like forever. So apparently it's owned by pirates, but nobody had been there in so long that that weird realtor scam guy wanted to buy it so he could sell it. But then he found out that Pippi Longstocking lived there, and she had like tons of gold, and so he wanted to steal her gold and the house. And so there's like
What a dick.
there's like three enemies in this movie. You have the scam realtor who wants her house and her gold. You have the kid's dad, who finds her annoying and just wants to put her in the orphanage, which fuck that guy. And then you have the orphanage lady who has good intentions. She actually like cares for the girl. But she doesn't want her to live alone by herself because she needs to go to school and needs to have like parental figures in her life.
Which is, this movie probably fucked as a kid because the entire vibe, like the entire message is like, this kid doesn't need an adult. This kid is cool and can be a kid
and
without an adult.
And that's why I wanted to be her.
And like that, yeah, that must have gone so hard as a kid. Like you'd be like, fuck yeah, damn right, I don't need an adult.
Like she was rich. Like she was rich. She could buy whatever she wanted. She could do whatever she wanted. And she didn't have anyone to like tell her no. Like nobody could say no to her. I loved her so much. She made friends with all the kids. There was the two neighbor kids who like became best friends with her. And then she went to the orphanage and became friends with all the kids in the orphanage. And she bought them all ice cream and like had them like play around and stuff. And then the orphanage lady,
none of the middle adventures felt, they were like little side quests that like did not matter to the main plot. Like they were like cleaning the house and passing out ice cream, and they were just like side quests that took up like a third of the movie, which I'm sure was fun as a kid. Like I'm sure that those were enjoyable kid-friendly scenes, but I thought it was a little boring.
I think they showed cleaning the house because they wanted to show that cleaning the house was fun even for a kid because nobody likes to do chores. And I was like, oh, cleaning can be fun. And I think that's what I learned from that.
Yeah, like, I get why, but I didn't like it as a 21-year-old.
Okay,
I
listen.
didn't like it is a strong phrasing. It just wasn't the vibe.
You need to go back in time and watch this when you're like 6. And you would love this movie. Okay? Don't hate on my favorite childhood movie.
I would have loved it because, yeah, no, I get it.
You're upsetting me. So.
No, don't be upset. It was a vibe.
So, the orphanage lady, her name's Miss Bannister, and she was like, we need to get this girl into the orphanage, like, we need to get her into school. And Pippi Longstocking is curious about school. She goes to the public school and is like, hey, like, I'm interested in learning, but, like, not really.
That teacher was also, like, nice. The teacher was like, I really want to help you, but I can't help you when you're distracting all of my other students. So, like, I can't have you here. But if you ever want to join my class, you can. And I thought that was really sweet.
Yeah. And she's like, I want to learn, but, like, I guess I'm just not ready right now. I'll come back when I'm ready. And she has, oh my god, I didn't even mention her pet. She's a pet horse named Alfonso. who can talk. He talks like Scooby Doo, and then you have Mr. Nielsen, the monkey, who's very polite because he took off his
He looked
cap
like a
and
zebra.
bowed.
The horse looked like a zebra.
It has spots.
Yeah.
What?
Looks like. Yeah. Wait. Zebras don't have spots.
The
I don't know.
horse
It
is
reminded
like
me of a zebra.
the horse is like 2 times bigger than a zebra and has spots. What do you mean it looks like a zebra?
I know.
It looks nothing like a zebra.
Don't worry about it. It makes sense to me. I saw that horse and I went, "Damn, what a zebra-looking ass horse."
It looks nothing like a zebra. It's literally like an Appaloosa horse. What the fuck are you talking about? What?
Don't worry about it.
What? Okay. So she has her pets, and so the realtor guy tries to steal her pets away so they can get rid of the girl and put her in the orphanage. And the orphanage lady, Miss Bannister, is like, we need to get into this orphanage. And so at one point in the movie, they have the kid's dad, the realtor guy, and the orphanage lady all gang up and are like, we need the police force, we need the firefighters, we need everyone that could possibly help to get this girl and put her in the orphanage. And I was like, that is so aggressive. This is a 14-year-old girl, and you're calling an entire police force, all of the firefighters. And the dad's like, why do we need all this? And the realtor guy's like, he literally, she threw my henchmen into a tree and picked me up like I was a baby and threw me off the porch.
This reminded me of, you know how Pete's Dragon reminded me of Matilda a bit? This one also did.
Yeah, because she's magical.
You like Matilda core movies.
She has magical powers because you can do anything that you can believe in. So if you just believe in yourself and you can believe that you can do something, you can do it. And so she believes that she's super strong and that she can float and do backflips.
You like movies with like magical orphans. What is it? What is it with you and magical orphans?
Listen, I didn't choose these.
Did you have like parent issues?
Yes.
Did you?
My parents worked 9 to 5. That's why I had a nanny. I never saw my parents. Okay? I think it ends up with Pippy willingly going to the orphanage. She makes an agreement with Miss Bannister to only stay till Christmas because her dad is coming back. Her dad is stranded on the Cannibal Island, and he's coming to go get her, like, come join her. And so she's like, my dad's coming, so I'll stay till Christmas. And so she goes to the orphanage and like stays there for like I think like literally a week. And I think the only nice thing, the only good thing that the dad does in this movie is he tells the realtor guy, he's like, I'm putting a guard in front of her house to protect her pets in her house, just so like nobody takes it while she's gone. And like that's the only good thing that the dad does, because he like really doesn't give a shit about her. He finds her annoying, which is like, fuck you. And the kid's mom,
it sucks because the mom is
so
that's what
nice.
I was gonna say.
I love her.
The mom is like really cares
Pippy.
about her.
She's willing to like teach her all the things that he doesn't know, and I love her so much. Like she's so patient with her, and she like plays along, and I love her. And then the dad is like classic like 50s like trad husband. It's like, dude, get with the fucking times, bro. Like, how are you married to this woman? And so she stays in the orphanage for like a week, and then ends up trying to send a message in a bottle to her dad. And she meets this homeless guy in the attic of the orphanage who's called Greg the Glue Guy, and he makes special glue that only works when you need it to. So she puts this glue on her feet and she can climb the walls. She can walk up walls with the glue. And she ends up like climbing outside the orphanage and going to the ocean and throwing the bottle in the ocean. She like kisses it, it turns blue, and then she fucking chucks it like 3 miles into the ocean. That girl has an arm on her. And I think there was like one of the it was like a guard or someone who was staying up. He was like smoking a cigarette and like dropped it on like a pile of newspapers, and the orphanage catches on fire. And so she runs back to the orphanage, and it's like, no, the orphans are on fire. And so most of the orphans escape except for two, and they're the youngest two in the orphanage. And so it's the homeless guy,
No,
Greg.
the orphans are on fire.
It's Greg the glue guy and the
Put
two
that,
baby orphans.
clip that for best of 2025. No, the orphans are on fire. Just stick it in there. Stick it in best of 2025.
So we have Greg the glue guy and the two baby orphans. They're on fire on the top of the attic. And so Pippy's like, I gotta go get him.
Yeah, clip that too. What a sentence.
And so Greg jumps out the window. And the firefighters
Yeah,
catch
clip
him.
that one as well.
The firefighters catch him, and the two orphans are too scared to jump because they're like 4 years old, which is like so real. And so Pippy climbs up a telephone pole. She has her monkey, Mr. Nielsen. She ties a rope to him. He crawls over to the window, like on the telephone line. Ties the rope to a pole, and then she tightrope walks over to the children, picks up the children, and uses them as like a leverage weight to like keep her balanced. They climb down the telephone pole, and Mr. Nielsen ends up getting stuck in the attic because he's too scared to climb across back the rope, and so he catches on fire, and then she has to go back and get him. She picks him up.
Mr. Nielsen.
Mr. Nielsen. And then the rope ended up catching on fire, and then she falls. The firefighters catch her, and then everyone's like, "We love you, Pippy. You saved the orphans." And then everyone loves her. Everyone loves Pippy because she's so magical and nice, and they all realize that she's actually just a good, friendly, fun person. And then she ends up moving back into her house.
This is just like Pete's Dragon.
Yeah, except she doesn't. She gets her real dad back. She moves back into the abandoned house. She moves back into the house, and she's just like living there. She has her friends. She goes to school and blah blah blah. And then on Christmas, her dad comes with presents, and this is where it starts getting a little out of date. Like it's getting a little outdated because there's some things that are shown with their costumes that they put on that are just like not appropriate anymore. But I think like the kids get Pippy like a Native American headdress and like a bow and arrow for Christmas. And so she's running around with that, like pretending to shoot.
I think Pete's Dragon
arrows
is the only movie this month that didn't have anything that aged problematically.
That's
good on
right.
you for that.
Thank you. It was a good choice.
I think every other movie had something that aged problematically, which is fine because they're old as shit. But like, Pete's Dragon didn't fuck up, I don't think.
Yeah. No, it didn't. I don't think so. Her dad comes home. He's like, I'm king of the cannibals, and you're gonna be a princess. So, haha. And then she's like, yeah, I'm gonna be princess of the cannibals or whatever. And so the kids are like, hey, put on your king outfit. I want to see your robes. And you're expecting him to like come out in like lavish robes, but he's really just wearing like he's wearing, how would you describe it? How would you describe it? Like a Hawaiian.
There are no words.
He's wearing like a Hawaiian like fiber skirt and like a shell necklace with like more like a fiber cape.
Skirt.
And like he's wearing like his
what were they
like,
going for?
Like I feel like it's like classic like Islander stereotypical like put this in quotes, non-civilized islanders, non-colonized islanders, because they think that non-colonized people are not civilized, so they didn't have clothes, so they wore Hawaiian, like palm fibers as clothing. You know? They're like, yes, this is what a tropical king would wear.
Yeah.
Obviously.
This is, just they were going for tropical. They didn't know exactly what they were going for, but they wanted tropical.
Yeah, they're like, what would a tropical king of cannibals wear? And it's exactly what you'd think he would wear that doesn't involve human skin. And so he's wearing that, and then he starts singing. What is he? He does this like weird chant. In the cannibal language. And then it kind of just ends, with Pippy and her dad on their boat, and he's like, we're going on our adventures again, and then Pippy realizes that she wants to stay in this, like, seaside town for a while, and, like, go to school and make friends, and then maybe go out on adventures.
I'm trying to look up the outfit, and I can't find it. I looked up, like, Pippy Longstocking Cannibal King Dad outfit, and it's not coming up. Why doesn't Cannibal King Dad outfit yield the results I want?
Why would it? Why would it? And she realizes she stays in the town and makes all her friends and like goes to school and stuff, which is so sweet and so cute. And I love this movie so much. Oh my god, I didn't talk about her mom or when she had a gun. Okay, so her mom died when she was a baby. And she sees her mom as like an angel in the clouds, and she's always playing the harp. And there's a point where she talks to her mom in like the orphanage, and she's like, hey, I don't know like what I'm doing right now, like I need help. And she talks to her when she needs help, and whenever she like talks to her, you can like hear harp sounds of like her responding, which is so cute. I love how they did that, like how they did like the animals responding to her and how they did like her mom responding to her. I loved it so much. And her mom's like, you should send a message in a bottle and blah blah blah. And she believes her mom is like living in a hole in the sky, and then her mom's like an angel that plays the harp all the time. And I think that's so cute. It literally made me cry because she's like, I loved it so much. I love her. I also forgot to mention that at some point the kids, when they were trying to take Pippy away, like forcefully, she made a plane with this other guy. There's this guy who makes planes, and he helped her make like a makeshift plane out of like boxes, and it was more like a helicopter, and she took a broom and pretended to be like the blades, and she just spun around in a circle and was like the blades of the helicopter, and they flew away. She and like the two kids flew away and lived in the woods for like 2 days. And on their first night, she pulled out a real gun.
That was my favorite part of the movie, I think.
She pulled out a gun, like a real pistol. She pulled out a pistol and then was like, I got this to protect us. She shot it
with like magic, right?
No, she said, okay, I just want to like set up this situation. Like, didn't she go hunting with magic? Yeah, let me set up this situation. She's like, okay, we're gonna go to sleep, and there's, like, the two kids were scared to sleep in the woods because they're kids, and they're like, they've never done this before. And she's like, there's bugs, and there's lions and tigers and bears, and there's cannibals. There's cannibals out there in the woods, and they're like, cannibals? What are we gonna do? And she's like, I'm good with cannibals. And then pulls out a gun. She's like, I'm very good with cannibals. Pulls out a pistol, and they're like, what? And then she's like, I got this to protect us. And then she goes in the tent, leaves them outside in the tent, like around the fire, and then they hear something rustling in the bushes, and they're like, Pippy, there's someone in the bushes. And then she's like, I got this. And then she goes outside and just points the gun into like the bushes, and she makes like a fake gun sound with her mouth, and she kills the non-existent,
which
like,
is like a crazy sound effect.
It was real, but it was also like a sound effect. And it was
Yeah.
lovely and magical, and I thought it was so
This
funny
movie
that
was
they
so
gave her a
like
gun.
fantasy. Like I don't understand like what was real and what was fake in this movie.
It like all of her. It's whenever you would hear like the magical sound, because there would be this like little jingle whenever she would do something magical, and that's when that thing would be fake or she would be using her special powers. And so that's how you determine whether something was fake or real or not. But literally, I'm not even kidding.
This is
She is my
also how I
blueprint.
feel about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Is like half of the movie is fake, but like as a kid I didn't pick up on that and I thought the entire movie happened, but like half the movie didn't actually happen.
Yeah, I was confused the first time I watched it too. But I got it on the second time.
Yeah.
I
That's
thought
related. That's related.
literally the funniest thing they could have ever done with this movie is give this girl a gun, and they gave her a gun. And this is why I love her so much, because
And they gave her a gun.
I want to be her so bad. I love her so much. I'm not even kidding. They gave her a gun. They gave a 14-year-old a gun. Something she did like once or twice was break the fourth wall. And I think that was so weird and interesting that they did that. I don't like that they did that.
Yeah, what was that
Because it
about?
like didn't finish the movie. Like at one, she would like look into the camera sometimes, but then one time she actually did talk to the camera, and that was weird. That was really weird. I didn't like that they did that. I think this movie is like a mix between, like I was getting like Home Alone vibes, Annie, mixed with like Amelia Bedelia, mixed with what's that one movie? Cat in the Hat. Like the live action Cat in the Hat. Because it was two kids and like this crazy magical person. And that just made them have fun all the time. And like invented things. And I was like, she is Cat in the Hat. And she is Annie. And she's also living through Home Alone.
Oh my god, this was like Cat in the Hat.
And she takes everything literally. Because when she was in the school in the
This
orphanage,
movie was like so many other movies.
when she was in the school in the orphanage, she like was confused to why the teacher was asking her questions. She was like, if you know the answer, like why are you asking me the question? Like why are you asking me this? And she took things literally a lot. And she reminded me of Amelia Bedelia, which is also, isn't she ginger too?
Yes. Most
I love
things are
her.
ginger if you think about it.
That's true. I also like
feel
how the
like I
cop
need
was
to be
pretty
high
chill.
right now.
I did take an edible right before we recorded this, but it wasn't for the purpose of this podcast. It was for after the podcast. So we honestly have until I'm not even anywhere yet. So I let's see how long we have.
How long does it take to kick in usually?
I don't know. I never measure it. Usually it just hits me and I'm like, I'm here now. And I love at the end, Miss
You
Bannister.
should be high for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That feels right.
Miss Bannister gives her a puppy at the end of the movie. She's like, what you need is another pet. Because I know you can take care of him, even though she hates all her pets. They're like, you have a horse, you have a monkey. Why not get a little collie puppy? The puppy was so cute. Oh my god, it was so cute. And she gave the puppy to the kids when she was leaving. And it was so sweet. They're so cute. And I love her dad. And I love his first mate. What was his name? It was, he was like a Hawaiian man.
McGee.
I wrote it down.
McGee.
Fredolf.
McGee.
His name was Fredolf.
Fred Gee.
It's not McGee. It's Fredolf. We're not gonna be a racist here, okay? He's not a
Fred.
white man. He's a Hawaiian man named Fredolf.
Of course, of course.
Oh no, that's her. Wait. Oh, I would also like to share that, Pippy's full name, in the movie is Pipilata delicatessa window shade Longstocking. Window shade Longstocking. And I feel like someone nowadays, like some like Southern Mormon trad wife, would name their kid this. Like, I could see someone naming their kid Pipilata. I could see someone naming their kid Delicatessa. Window shade, I think, is pushing it too far. But they also sound like Hunger Game names. What was your favorite scene?
I liked when the friend next door kids were like, there's a ghost in the house, and they were like trying to like sneak up on the ghost, and it was just her.
It was the horse in the attic. And then she was like, they were like, what is the horse doing in the attic? And she's just like, well, I told him not to go up there, but he won't listen to me and won't come down. And then she's like, Alfonso, get down on the porch where you belong. And he's like, no. And she's like, see, he won't listen to me.
No, the hunting scene was my favorite. It was the hunting scene.
Where she pulled out a gun?
Yeah, that was my favorite.
Yeah. My favorite scene was when they were throwing all the ice cream at the children. And the two kids were like throwing all the ice cream, and Pippy had like run away. And their dad was like running through the crowd of kids and ice cream. He was like slipping around. And then he runs into Freckleface. There's just like this boy. And he like climbs on top of him and he's like, get out of my way. And he like climbs on, he's like on this boy's shoulders. He's like, you guys, he's like yelling at his kids to stop. And he's like, what is this kid doing? I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? That's the weirdest scene I've ever seen. Because he's literally on top of this like 6-year-old boy's shoulders as a grown man.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character?
I think the mom. Like the neighbor kid's mom. She was so sweet.
That's fair, and I like that choice. I like Pippi Longstocking. I feel like I missed out on my chance to become her, you know?
Oh yeah, that's like the obvious choice, isn't it?
Yeah. I'd give it a 5 out of 5 for obvious reasons.
Of course.
If it's anything lower than a 3.8, I'm gonna be mad.
What did I give Pete's Dragon? Because I liked it slightly less.
I think you gave it like a 4.2.
I was gonna say you talked me into giving Pete's Dragon like a 4, so I'm gonna give this one like a 3.8.
Okay. Okay, but out of 10.
I really liked it, like, conceptually. Like, that would be like a 6.5. I don't get me wrong, like, I liked it as a concept, and I think if I saw it as a kid, I would have loved it. Like, it's a great children's movie. It's great. It just, like, didn't hit me as much.
Do I need to get my gun?
There's not much in it for an adult who didn't like it as a kid. This is like the girl version of Huckleberry Finn. I felt like just like the whole wild kid orphan shenanigans in the town.
Shenanigans.
And I'm trying to make them go to school and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I really like that as like a concept, but like watching it, it was just like
Don't ever call this movie
But like. So like I'm just really torn because I really like it from an idea standpoint, but like watching it.
Well, just become a child.
You know.
God. Show this to your kid.
God, where's my whimsy?
Where's your childlike whimsy these
What's
days?
wrong with me?
Honestly. God.
Honestly, where's my whimsy
You've
gone?
Lost it.
I would have loved this movie as a kid.
Show this movie to your kid, and then I'll take their rating. So hit me up in like 20 years, and I want to hear what they think about it, and then we'll come back to this episode.
We will update this podcast with my kids' rating of this movie, because that'll be an accurate representation of me as a kid.
Yes.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
If I saw this as a kid, I'd be right there with you. Don't you worry. Like, I understand the appeal.
It
didn't hit because I'm not the target audience. If you don't like this movie, unsubscribe. We don't need you here anyway.
No, don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't, stay subscribed. I don't know. Don't listen to
You
him.
could
He doesn't
say.
get it. If you're watching this and we're over 2,000
I
subscribers,
want to get to 250.
You can unsubscribe. Okay, bye guys. I love you. Don't hate me. Subscribe.